Yeah, hi everyone, welcome to Emsley Lodge for another week. Had a couple of runners this week I thought raced really well. Inyangani ran first up at Geelong on a track that really sort of didn't really suit horses coming from behind, and her and the winner sort of got a long way back and then really smoked home hard late, and both the horses worked home really well, and she ran second. They've put a massive wrap on the thing of Moody's that won the race, and all I heard yesterday on the TV was how good it was. So and she gave it start, and sort of it certainly didn't run away from her at the end. So she looks like she's going to be in for a really good prep. Showed us a heap last time in, but she bled. She started 3-1 favourite at Cranbourne last time in, and she actually bled. So she had a big long break and come back in, and that was her first up run over 1400. So probably take her up to a 1700 metre race now at Warrnambool in a couple of weeks' time. Looks like absolutely ideal. Little Miss Gutsaa ran her against the boys the other day. She gave plenty of cheek and was narrowly beaten. She's just had a really good prep, that little mare. I'll probably put her away now till winter. She's had 7 runs this time in, and you know, 1 in town. She went from winning a 4-year-old and upwards maiden at Swan Hill to winning in town, and been placed in town quite a few times. So had a ripping prep. She'd go to the paddock now, have a really good break and come back. One of her starts where she ran second at Kite, and she was on a real bog heavy track. So I know that she handles any sort of surface, so she might really come into her own with a nice little break, and middle of winter, that might be her go. Yeah, we'll take CROC LURKIN to Werribee tomorrow. Unfortunately, we took him down to Terang the other day, and he got kicked behind the barriers, and they scratched him, and I'm glad they did, because he actually pulled up pretty stiff and sore on the leg, but he seems to be over it now. Galloped up like a rocket on Monday, so he's ready to go to the races tomorrow. Really strong race, so we're not going to be guessing tomorrow where we're going to be at. I think he's going to have a ripping prep certainly over the Christmas New Year period, and you can see he's in very good order. So it's CROC LURKIN going around at Werribee tomorrow. Expect him to go well. Drawn a gate, Jamie Mock goes on, jump, squeeze, travel. He'll be in the first 2 or 3, and he'll give a really good sight. Big Diamond Luke will kick off his preparation on Friday at Warrnambool. You can see he's in ripping condition, this horse. He bowed a tendon last time in. He's had a long break, and he's sort of come back. He's a little bit soft still. You can still see he's got plenty of condition on. We'll just ride him sort of off the speed and have him hitting the line. He'll probably run home and beat half of them home on Friday, and then second up over probably 1700 or something like that. I think he'll be right around about the mark. I think he's come back in great order. The big long spell certainly hasn't hurt him, but you can just sort of see he's still carrying plenty of condition, and I just think it's just to give him a nice 1400 metre run. Don't knock him around too much, and then go second up over probably a mile or maybe even a little bit further. When he gets to 2,000 metres, he'll make a metropolitan horse. This horse, he's a bloody nice horse, and you can see he's in such good condition. He's got dapples all over his coat, and I expect him to have a pretty good prep. Warrnambool, took him to Sandown the other day, and he just got caught up, and the race just stunk. He got knocked over coming out of the gates, and then he sort of got off balance, and I just forget he went round. I've got him at the Valley on Friday night. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know if the race is going to suit him, but I've accepted there. We'll see how it comes out. But if he draws an inside gate, I won't go, and I'll go to Sandown on Wednesday. So there's 2 really nice options. It's either 9:55 at Moonee Valley on Friday night, or the 1,000 metres at Sandown. I know he went ordinary at Sandown the other day, but I think there were a few circumstances that come against him. I just think all the speed horses that are any good in that grade are probably going to run on Friday night at the Valley, so it just might leave a little bit the Wednesday race a little bit soft, which should suit him sort of bouncing and putting himself in a nice spot. So I'm probably going to lean towards taking him to Sandown Wednesday, but you'll see him accepted on Friday night at Moonee Valley. I'll have a look at that race. If I think he can run first 3, we'll go to the Valley, but I think we'll probably lean towards going to Sandown instead. SPEZIA goes to Flemington on Saturday. Didn't have a lot of luck the other day at Moonee Valley. Probably the little tight track sort of come against her. Go to a nice big open track like Flemington should suit her. She's up against the boys, which so she probably gets a couple of kilos weight relief, but I more want to see how she competes at this level. She's going a little bit of time between runs, which I don't think's actually hurt her. You know, she seems pretty good, but you can see fitness is good. She's lovely and healthy and sound, so you know, she'll get every chance to sort of to see where we're at. But I just reckon the Flemington track's just going to really suit her. She's a real wind-up sort of horse. You saw it even when she won at Moonee Valley. She took forever to sort of get to her top. So I think I just reckon Flemington will suit her. Craig Williams goes on, so that's probably certainly no step backwards at all. So she'll get every chance. Yeah, big Toffee Nuts. He'll kick off this his preparation. He showed us a little bit of ability last time in. He was one of the slowest horses in the stable, and he just sort of, as he got into had a few race starts, he quickened up. He's gone to the paddock and he's come back in. And I thought both his trials have been pretty sharp. We'll kick him off at Burrumbeet on Saturday on New Year's Day. It's pretty a lowly graded race, but I think the boys are going to have a bit of a day out up there, and it's probably not a bad place to kick him off. Maddi can give him a steer around there, and with the couple of trials he's had, I reckon he'd be pretty hard to beat. He only has to sort of get out of the gates and get going, and he's going to be pretty competitive. He's in good nick. You can see he's still got a bit of condition on, so I've got a fair bit of improvement, but rather than trialling him up again, which he probably needs, I think I prefer just to take him to the races around a little country track. Everybody can go up there, have a ripping day out at Burrumbeet, and I'd love to train a winner up there, so I think he's probably a real live chance. But you can see he's a beautiful, big, strong thing. It's just, I don't think I've had a horse go from being showing me no ability at all to actually running time on the training track now, and I just think at this prep, every start he has, he's just going to keep improving, and it'll be interesting to see how far he gets this time in. Yeah, big smoking soldier. We took him to the races the other day, and he just kept running up bums and had absolutely no chance, and the jockey just clocked off on him. So completely forget he went round first up. Unfortunately, he's so low down in the ballot that I'm really struggling to find a race for him. So we've got him in at Burrumbeet on Saturday. It's a 13.50. I think it'll suit him. One thing with him is they will run along, so he'll get a chance to sort of travel and finish off. And in these couple of trials he's had where they've run along, he's sat back and really made good ground late. So that I think it might actually suit him. I know Burrumbeet's a bit of an on-speed track, and he's going to get back in his race, but I just think the pattern of the race suits a horse like this that'll be making up really, really strong ground. We just need him to earn a little bit of prize money so we can get out of the ballot and we can actually start setting him for a race. But he's beautiful, big, strong sort of bugger, and he's very, very fit. He just needs to get a few things go his way. I'll give him one thing, he's found some trouble in his short career, this horse, but hopefully the luck will start to turn for him. He can start earning some prize money and start winning a couple of races. Yeah, Deploy and Destroy goes to Terang on Sunday. I'm just going to drop him back to 4-year-old and upwards grade, and also back to the 1200. We tried the tough approach with him, and it sort of hasn't worked. So we're going to go the other way and have him really, really fresh. To give him start like he does, he's going to have to really dash home. So he's going to get back in the race, no doubt at all. He'll be slow out, and he'll be probably last or second last. But then he needs to tack on and be really strong late. He's going great. I've got no excuses for him, and he'll fire on Sunday without a doubt. But he's just going to have to. By his race pattern of getting so far back, he just puts himself in a really awkward spot. But he'll be really hard to beat on Sunday, dropping back to 4-year-olds and upwards grade. As you can see, he's had 2 runs in now. Both the runs were really, really good, and he just needs to get a bit of luck, doesn't he? Yeah, Foxy Star, I've got him in a Terang on Sunday. Not sure if he'll get a run there. He's fairly low down in the weights, but he needs to go back to the races. He galloped like a rocket through the week, so he's ready to go back to the races. You can see he's in very good nick. A little bit of a difficult horse. He probably needs to win at 64 grade to sort of keep going through his grades. This is actually an open company sprint, but it's a bit of an old-fashioned race. You know, the horses down in the weights are a real chance. But I think he's going really good. I just need to get into a little bit of a pattern of him racing where he can run sort of every 2 weeks, and then get into more of a pattern where at the moment you can sort of see, for mine he's probably carrying a bit of condition, but I think that's going to be his go, is he's going to always look like he's just got that 1 run short. But beautiful, clean-winded horse, and when you gallop him, he always pulls up really good from gallops.
G'day guys, welcome to Around the Stables. Hopefully you followed last week's horse, Inyangani. She was really good from well back. She hit the line really strongly, and I think she's certainly a horse to follow for this prep. As for this week, we'll go with Toffee Nuts. Nicely a homebred horse from Emsley Lodge. He's grown up here all his life, and yeah, he's grown into a big monster now, the big boy. So he'll head to Royal Burrumbeet for his first up run. He certainly seems a lot faster this time in. He's galloping up really sharply and hitting the line really strongly, and I think if his trial's anything to go by, he showed a lot of speed, and without being put under too much pressure, he held his own with some pretty slick horses. So really keen to get him to Burrumbeet. Maddi will jump on. 1,000 metres around Burrumbeet will certainly kick him out of the gates. Hopefully he can draw a good gate and he'll be on speed and he'll be too hard to run down. But we'll hear from his owner, Big Jobs, on how he thinks he'll go.
Yeah, g'day guys, Big Jobs. Obviously if he goes as good as Big Jobs does on the videos, I'm sure he will hit the front and he won't look back. So let's go, Toffee Nuts.
On ya, Toffee.
Hey guys, so I headed down to Albury on Sunday and it was a good experience for me to have. You know, we went the reverse way than what they do here in Victoria, so it was really good to learn sort of how to go that way and get a bit of experience riding different horses and riding with different jockeys. I had a lot of fun up there. The first race was a little bit confusing, but once I sort of got over that first one, it was really good. Had a full card up there, so it was a good experience having to ride race after race. Yeah, so I'm heading down to Warrnambool on Friday with Diamond Luke here. I've ridden him in both his trials prior to this race start, and hopefully he can go quite nicely at his first start. And to kick off the new year, I'll be heading down to Burrumbeet with Toffee Nuts and Smoking Soldier, and also another horse I rode at Colac a couple of weeks ago. So hopefully we can kick off the new year with some success, and yeah, so hope you guys have a good new year, and I'll see you all next week.
Yeah, that's it for another week at Emsley Lodge. Actually, another year at Emsley Lodge, isn't it? I obviously didn't get my 2 front teeth for Christmas, which I'm probably disappointed about. Guy Lamperd was going to organise that for me and he didn't, so anyway, we'll work that out. Pretty busy, hey, this weekend. Doing a few miles, but a couple of really good chances, a couple of really nice horses racing. Even probably in the next 2 weeks, probably take a couple of horses to town that'll be really live chances in town too. What else? Thanks for everybody for supporting us through the year. We've had a great year. Really looking forward to next year as well. So I think the stable's ticking over really good. Probably what would be our highlight of our year, I suppose. I wrapped in a little mare called Little Miss Gutsaa. Went from a maiden, really hard to do, go from a sort of a country maiden right through to sort of genuine metropolitan grade. So I thought that was a great thing. I thought Miletus was pretty good, albeit we took him to the Derby in Adelaide and he failed, but I thought his prep going into that sort of showed us a bit. A couple of nice young horses that are really progressing through the stable well, so plenty to look forward to and pretty exciting, I think. Might even have a couple of 2-year-olds race in the next couple of months, which as a rule I don't run a lot of 2-year-olds, but a couple of them have sort of come up and they got to the trials and I think they've showed us plenty, so a bit unusual for me to run a 2-year-old, but anyway, we'll see you sort of in come January, February. Until next week, until next year, see you later.
So welcome to Around the Stables. Hopefully you followed last week.
Yeah, so hopefully we can kick the new year off with some good results, and yeah, that's where I get stuck. What do I say after that?
Thinks he'll go.
Yeah, well, if he's anything like Big Jobs, he's going to hit the lead and he won't look back. So come on, Toffee Nuts.
Go, Toffee!